Hello, cabin crew aspirants that are on the Hirevue stage. I have a few questions, and I thought my insights will be insightful to you. And it's about the multiple answer question section 2. Is it section 2? Okay, it's about your work experience and all. So I'll get to it as soon. I won't keep you here any longer. So the first questions that I got right here is, if conducted, how would your most recent supervisor rate your safety compliance on the job? First answer is outstanding. There's second answer, well above average. There's above average. There's average. There's needing some development. You cannot speak negatively about yourself, okay? Yeah, try and just say good words about yourself. You cannot say outstanding either. There's always room for growth. So maybe you weigh yourself and maybe pick on well above average or above average. That is what I can recommend. The second question is, what is the longest amount of time you have stayed with one employer or one organization without voluntarily leaving? They're testing your loyalty, or how likely you are how you are likely to stay with them, especially in Middle East hospitality companies. They go through a lot of expenses processing your visa, your accommodation, your medical cover. So they're testing if you will be a liability to the company, and market yourself. You cannot say less than 6 months, which is the first answer. 6 months to 1 year either is not ideal. The ideal answer on this will be 1 to 2 years, or 2 to 5 going up. All right. Yeah, in this they will predict that you are likely to stay with them quite longer. The other question is like, in your most recent position, how frequently did you work with others on a team, testing your teamwork? How maybe if you get along with others. The first answer is never. Do not pick that. Rarely, once in a while. Sometimes even is not ideal. Frequently is the ideal answer. And the other question will be, in previous positions, how frequently did you take safety shortcuts to get a job done faster? Safety shortcuts. Safety shortcuts is a good thing. So maybe if it's not, there's no safety, it's likely not maybe positive kind of a thing. So you can say maybe sometimes. Sometimes if it's required, you will take shortcuts. Safety shortcuts, that's it. That is. How many times, that's the next question. Oh my god. How many times have you suggested new safety rule at work? Depending. You can say maybe one or two. That depends. Safety rule is something good that is implementing safety. So maybe you can say 2 or 3 times, depending on what you can explain. How much an excused absenteeism is acceptable before a person is formally disciplined? Don't put none. Don't put none, which is the first answer. Maybe you can give it 1 to 2 times. Yeah, I'd pick 1 to 2 times absenteeism, maybe. Yeah, and then a disciplinary action can be taken. The next question, how long did you stay or have you been with your most recent employer? Again, it's the same thing. Maybe try sell yourself, but as per your CV, tell the truth. Tell what your CV looks like. Also, tailor your CVs to look like you have been with employers pretty more than 1 year. Like you don't jump from a company to another. That is not a good thing to a recruiter. So, right. The next question is, if contacted, how would your supervisor rate your drive to become a top performer compared to others? Oh, well, you can say, again, there's always room for improvement. Not extremely high, that is out. Not extremely low, that is out either. Fairly low, out. fairly high out as well. You can just put it as average or above average. Say good things about yourself, not below average either. Then the other question is, if contacted, how would your most recent supervisor rate your work attendance compared to others? All right, you will pick the middle ones, maybe average or above average, or even among the best, but not the very best. Always, there's always a room for improvement. Next, if contacted, how would your supervisor at work rate your listening skills compared to others? Listening skills is tested right here. So above average, well, you can put in between average, above average, or among the best. All right, yeah, I think that's about it. Again, as I've mentioned, always, there's no outstanding. Like, do not rate yourself out of 10, 10 out of 10. You can always, the best that you can go will be 9, because there's always room for improvement. And don't say negative things about yourself as well. So try and dodge negativity. Yeah, try and speak positive things about yourself. You're trying to market yourself to the recruiter, right? So I hope this information is insightful and helpful, and you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is Faith Isaac. I have a lot, and I'm going to be posting a lot and a lot and a lot. Cheers, bye.